Why and how does leadership style make or break your business? And of course, before you answer that, I want you to give yourself a little plug on your latest book on leadership, which is really where all these questions come from today.
Well, the book that's got those questions is 5 Practical Steps to Find and Keep Great People. And it's all about the ultimate employee performance guide. So that is where everything's been combined into. That is where I put all the information that I have and that I collected over 5 years in bricks and mortar businesses and working with teams and working with people that I had to rely on, and they had to be loyal to present the business for me as well. That's where that's all coming from. So why does leadership, the leadership style, make or break your business? It really became relevant to me when I was consulting to business owners that had issues with their staff, with their people. When you have people in your business that are not coming to work or that are not doing the work you're laying out for them, or in this particular area where you are the the expert in, Mark, where you really have to build the team to bring the volume together, you want to have the people like you and rely on what you say to follow those ideas, because you've already been there, so they really need to take on board what you say. If that is not happening, your business will not expand, and you can't create bigger teams and more volume in your network, which is what you need to do. You need to collect that larger and larger network, and people really need to follow you and believe what you say. So it makes and breaks your business totally, particularly in that network, in creating those networks of people.
Yeah, exactly. And as you were sharing that, I thought back on my own situation when I was growing a network marketing business. And, I take full responsibility for myself. Nothing, I make my own decisions. No one makes those decisions for me. However, there was one company that I was with, and my upline leader, 2 levels up, their leadership style just was not to my liking, so to say. So, and that was part of the reason I left that company, was in that business was, our personality just kind of clashed a little bit in leadership style. And of course, we're all entrepreneurs. And so when we're entrepreneurs, we have our own little feelings and opinions. And, sometimes we can get a little headstrong. And so how would you suggest resolving a challenge like that possibly?
Look, it is definitely about that we all are different personalities, and that is something I'm certainly touching on. And I realized as I was working with people, you have people that are really fantastic at promoting something. They love promoting things. They love promoting you, the product, the company. And those people need to be handled in a different way to those that are always looking at what's the best possible way of dealing with something. They are much more quiet people, and they look at details, and they usually find things that are not working. Well, those types of people, you need to handle them different, work with them differently, and you need to find where they like to be praised, for instance, so that they're not just looking at things that are not working, but that you can actually stimulate them to move forward and say, yes, this is working. So different personalities are the ways to take into account when you're working with teams, and getting to know a little bit about the types of personalities that are out there is very useful when you are the leader of a team. Now, you don't have to go into it in great detail necessarily. There are 4 foundational personality types, and just knowing about those and how they interact with each other is very useful. when you have that challenge that you've just described to us.
Yeah, great. And I'm grateful that you touched on the personalities and the 4 different types of personalities, because that was a question I wanted to ask, but I didn't put it on my list because I've done a little studying on personality types and what have you, and I figured that was like a 3-day show in and of itself. So I kind of left that one alone.